Hey guys, welcome to our new podcast where we play D&D together, me and
Nick.
He's going to be DM and I am going to be playing as the three characters. The campaign that we're going to be playing is called Princes of the Apocalypse, and it's going to be 5th edition that we play. So should we introduce the characters first, or should we introduce the campaign first? Characters? Okay, so I have 3 characters that I'm going to be all playing at once. The first one is called Dorn Dundragon. He is a level 1 wizard human with the background of a hermit. His backstory is, when I was young and foolish, I began a relationship with the betrothed of a noble. She wanted to go forward with the marriage and keep seeing me, and in my arrogance, I agreed to keep our relationship a secret. One day, a guard caught me exiting her window at night. Thinking I was a prowler, he threatened to have me executed. I tried to explain what was really happening, but the girl refused to admit what we had together. My heart was broken. In compromise, they decided to send me into exile, which never to return again. I was happy, since I didn't want to see her ever again. I left town and lived in an abandoned cabin that I made my own. After 30 years, I've decided that hiding from the world would only lead me to an early grave. His personality is that he's been isolated for so long that he rarely speaks, preferring gestures and grunts. His ideal is live and let live, because meddling in the affairs of others can only cause trouble. His bond is that he entered seclusion because he loved someone he couldn't have. And his flaw is that he is dogmatic in his thoughts and philosophy. He is, as a wizard, obviously a spellcaster, but he's level 1. Next is Rin Nalo, which is Elvish for Night Breeze. She is a rogue wood elf, with a background of a charlatan. Her backstory goes as follows. I was born in a small clan of wood elves. We kept to ourselves and didn't trust the outside world. I stopped growing at 4'9", which is short for a wood elf. I was teased by my peers and doubted by my elders. At the mere age of 47, I fled my clan to go and explore the world. I'll show them that just because I'm short doesn't mean I can't be successful. Since I don't have the same tall, wise disposition of most elves, I have turned to lying and stealing to get ahead. The elves back at home would be so disappointed in the path that I have chose, but that it just encourages me more. So, her personality is that she pockets anything she sees of value. Her ideal is of charity, so she distributes the money she acquires to those who need it. Her bond is that she was teased by my clan for being short and unskilled at magic. And she can't resist pretty face. Third and finally, we have Dracodadian Balasar. He is a barbarian dragonborn who is a folk hero. His backstory is as follows. When I was young, my clan was taken over by a raging tyrant. He tried to control our traditions and way of life. I never stood for it and would constantly rebel when possible. I soon became the one to talk to if the tyrant's men were harassing you. I tried to rally more widespread resistance, but many of the clansmen thought of such movements as a betrayal to the clan itself, despite the fact that it was barely recognizable as the clan I was raised in. I knew I was meant for more than a bodyguard for people too afraid to stand up for themselves. I decided to step out and find my true destiny. I miss my clan and family, but not the versions of them that exist now. He's confident in his abilities and does what he can to instill confidence in others. His number 1 ideal is destiny, so nothing can steer him away from his higher calling. He doesn't quite know what that is yet, but no one can steer him from it. His bond is that he has a family, but he has no idea where they are, and one day he hopes to see them again. And his number 1 flaw is that he is convinced of the significance of his destiny, blind to shortcomings, and risk of failure. So yeah, there you go. Those are my 3 characters that I'm going to try to play at once. Should be interesting, to say the very least.
Alright.
So, tell me what I'm getting myself into here.
Our story is going to begin in the small village of Red Larch. Red Larch is a town on the Long Road. It's a few days' travel north of Waterdeep and a few days' travel south of Tribor. It's a way stop for caravans coming to it from the cities in the north, with an inn named the Swinging Sword, a tavern called the Helmet High Sun, and many craftspeople who cater to travelers. So, I'll give you sort of a layout of the map here. I believe we have, as as mentioned before. The swinging sword, the local inn, is that one right there. The Helmet High Sun, which is the tavern right across the street, number 3. And
links to all this stuff will be in the description, by the way, if you want to take a look at it.
the rest of the locations are
Up to me to discover?
various. Well, no, there's various craftspeople and other locations that you can check out if you want.
Okay.
Yes. So I guess background as to why your characters are here, what their goal is. You did decide that your characters are a part of the Harper's faction, which is a scattered network of spellcasters and spies. The Harpers advocate equality and covertly oppose the abuse of power, magical or otherwise.
The reason why I think that makes sense for my characters is because they're all kind of outcasts of their own, for their own reasons, usually through some sort of corruption or unfair treatment, and so the fact that they all would want to fight unfair treatment and abuse of power makes sense. The only one that doesn't kind of make sense is Dorn Dundragon, because his ideal was to live and let live, which doesn't really make sense to be part of like a protesting organization, but to my mind he just is a very background kind of person. He doesn't really do anything proactive. He just kind of will share information that he gets with the group and be kind of like a silent informer.
Okay, so yes, so being that you're members of the Harpers and you're actually, as we'll get to, here on a Harper mission, you are in fact aware of a member of the Harpers in Red Larch who might prove as a useful contact to you. So Endrith Valivo is a merchant. Sells all sorts of goods from his shop. He is a Harper contact.
Wait, what's his name?
Endrith Valivo.
Endrith. I'm spelling it however I want.
Do that.
Valivo.
I'm saying it how I want, so we got to work with. Yes, so he's a Harper contact. The Harpers generally work on sort of more personal relationships, so chances are, because you're here and you're here on a mission, you would know of him and possibly even know him. You can find him at his shop. That would be number 22. So, yes, which brings us to your mission. So, I believe that you, as a member of the Harpers, their goal to sort of make sure that power isn't being abused. You've heard some rumors of a mysterious druid known as the Circle of the Scarlet Moon. They have some mysterious magic unknown to the other druids, so and we have no real knowledge that they're necessarily abusing it, but I guess you've been assigned to sort of figure out what exactly their plans are.
Yeah, and so as far as I'm concerned, my characters, I mean, it makes a lot of sense for Rin and Dracodadian to be interested in this, because like I said, they both are interested in opposing abuse of magic and abuse of power in general, so they really want to make sure that these people who are being super secretive aren't being secretive because they've got some sort of nasty plan. Dorn Dundragon is begrudgingly involved because he doesn't really want to be, but he is the only person really in the area that is of the Harpers and is skilled in magic and knowledgeable about magic, so he is going to be their kind of like guide on that front, because if just Rin and Dracodadian went in, they would just be like, well, I don't really know what's actually happening, I don't understand magic. So he's not thrilled about it, but he's going to get involved in this one.
Okay. So, with that, I guess I'll turn it over to you. What your characters arrive in Red Larch. They're fresh off the trail.
Well, I think it makes most sense to go touch base with Endrith. He's our contact after all. Let's see what he has to say.
So, Endrith, you arrive at his store, which goes by the name of Valivo Sundries. Aside from the bewildering profusion of doors, barrels, rotting old furniture, and tools leaning against the outside walls, his building looks like a private home. A small faded sign on the front door reads Valavo's Sundry. Rooms are crammed to the rafters with new wares and used items of all sorts. Andres Valavo is a retired caravan merchant. I guess as you enter, he sort of greets you and welcomes you to his home. He's been expecting you, so he invites you inside and asks what he can do to help out.
Okay. We ask him what he knows about the Circle of the Scarlet Moon already.
Pretty much nothing.
Okay. Useful contact.
He's not necessarily here because he knows anything about that.
He just lives here.
He just lives here, yes.
And happens to be Harper.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Well, I guess we will ask him... Can we just ask him generally about the town? Like, what's going on? Was there anything interesting happening?
Yeah, so, there's been some, I guess, recent troubles around the town, you know. I'm sure you can talk to various townspeople and they'll tell you about various grievances they've had. I don't know if it's relevant or not, but I did overhear someone say that they saw a skull pinned to a tree with a black arrow, like some kind of dire warning or ill omen.
Yeah, I would call that an ill omen, personally speaking.
It was a half day's walk along the larch path, about 4 miles east into the hills.
A larch path? Oh, that one.
If you want to go check it out. Other than that, yeah, I mean, that's all I really know about going on here, but I'm sure there's plenty of gossip around town.
Okay. Thank you for that information. I suppose we should probably go... Can we stay with you?
Well, I guess I didn't tell you this, but you kind of look around a little bit and notice that furniture, lamps, carpets, mirrors, weapons, shields, helms, and a little bit of everything else is kind of all over the place.
Bit of a mess.
I mean, if you want to buy anything, I've got pretty much anything buried somewhere. I have a good idea of where it all is, but you know, I sort of barely have room to sleep myself, so
all right, fine.
yeah, I'd suggest you go
to
the inn or one of the other local places that have beds.
It was worth asking. Okay, so I guess we'll tip our hats and go to the inn, see if we can get some lodgings secured.
The inn known as the Swinging Sword. It is a 3-story stone structure crowned by a steep slate roof that bristles with many chimneys. A signboard juts out over the door, hanging from chains. It's a 10-foot-long carved wooden scimitar emblazoned with the inn's name in red paint on both sides. An inn yard with stables and outbuildings lies behind the building. Several grills and bread ovens are being cooked on in the inn yard. As you enter, the woman behind the counter greets you with a smile and asks what she can get you.
Well, we're looking for a room for the night. What do you have available?
Well, we have a couple of different varieties of rooms, actually. So the topmost floor is sort of a dormitory style, where the rooms are a little bit cheaper, but you'll be sharing it with up to 6 guests. The lower floors are more so, you know, your classic guest rooms that you can rent out.
Okay. We're not exactly swimming in cash, so we would like to stay in the dormitories.
Okay, no problem. Do you have money?
Yeah.
How much money do you have? I don't know.
Rin has 115 gold. Dracodadian has 24, and Dorn has 5.
I don't know what
he was a hermit, okay? He didn't need a lot of cash.
I don't know what a fair rate for renting an inn room is. So I would say that's probably, would you call those modest lifestyle expenses or poor lifestyle? It's a shared room. It's probably poor. I wouldn't call it squalid.
No.
But okay, so that'll cost you 2 silver a day each, presumably.
Okay. Can we just put ourselves down for tonight and extend in the morning if we're still around?
Certainly. So that's I guess 6 silver for the night.
Okay. How much is that? I have gold. Here's a gold.
Let's get the games tied out.
It's also on the player's guide.
Oh yeah, it's probably the player's guide only.
Oh, can I actually have that too?
No. Jesus. There's like, for those who can't see, like 30 tabs.
There's not 30, there's 9.
There's 10.
There's 10. Sorry, yeah, there's 9 because there's one for everyone's race, class, and background, and then one extra one for wizard spells. Alright, Rain hands over the gold.
Thank you very much. I'll show you to your room.
Cool. We go to our room and look at it. We say, sick, and then we leave. Who else is in the inn? Is it like in I suppose there's a separate tavern, so there's probably not a lot of people milling about.
There's a couple of people. Sort of. It's the food. So there's not many people eating, but there is a few people sitting around drinking.
So there's like a bit of a bar.
Yeah, there's a dining room.
Okay. And there's people just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any like notice boards where people might post like jobs or problems that they're having? Or do we overhear anyone?
You don't see anything in particular.
Alright.
Other than the bartender who showed you your room.
We asked her if what's the word around town?
The word around town. Well,
we heard already about the skull thing.
The skull thing. I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
Never mind, there's no skull thing. Don't worry about it. Nothing to worry about. Everything's fine.
Well, there's been, sort of disturbances around town lately.
What kind of disturbances?
Well, strange ones, I guess. I've heard people talk about fogs that in the Slumber Hills, even in the brightest sunlight.
Where now?
The Slumber Hills.
Slumber Hill?
Slumber Hills.
Slumber Hill.
Even in the brightest light, they just stick around and they're not going anywhere. There's sudden gusts of hot wind all over the place. Even where usually the breezes are cold, but these ones are really hot. Bolts of lightning stabbing up from the hills into the clear sky. I think it's a result of fell magic, personally.
Sounds like it.
I do have a theory about the source of all the troubles, though. I believe that there's an evil presence at Lance Rock. Neither the constable nor the town elders will help me with it, but if you go investigate it and make sure that there's no evil forces there, I'll pay you for it.
Evil forces. Okay, how much are we talking?
How does 50 gold sound?
It sounds alright. What about the next night on our room copped?
I'll tell you what. If you clear out the evil, I'll give you the 50 gold, and you can stay here as long as you keep helping around town.
Deal. Okay. So we have a couple leads. Let's go over to the tavern first, though.
The Helmet High Sun Tavern. Mm-hmm. So right across the long road from the Swinging Sword Inn stands a ramshackle 2-story tavern. Rusty metal grills cover its small, dirty windows. The tavern's name is very clearly printed in large, simple letters on both sides of a jutting wooden sign. Atop the sign is a rusting, oversized adornment, a warrior's bucket helm with 2 eye slits. On closer investigation, it actually appears to be an upside-down washtub. Inside is a large, dimly lit, wood-paneled tap room. An open-tread wooden staircase climbs to the upper floor, which is just as dim and darkly paneled as the tap room. Across the back of the tap room is a long bar with 3 copper candle lanterns hanging over it and a stair leading down the cellars. Crowd's a little on the noisy side, and it's clear this is where the locals come to unwind after a hard day's work.
Okay. What time is it?
I'd say probably sometime, before dinner, sort of 5 o'clock-ish.
Okay. So, are there lots of people here?
Yeah, there's like it's you wouldn't call it sort of packed, but it's
people there
the usual crowd kind of thing.
Okay. Again, I ask if there's a sort of post board anywhere where there's like jobs or.
There's no post board per se. No.
No? Okay, so we go up to the barkeep and we say, "What's up?"
What's up?
What's up?
Not much. What's up with you? How's it going?
Okay, what's his take on the word around on what's going on around town?
What's going on in town? I tend to just stay out of things and man my bar. But I guess depending on what in particular you're interested in, I might be able to point you in the right direction.
All right. Well, we're looking to get some jobs done. Looking to get some work. If there's anyone that needs some help
I mean,
or some problems that you might be having.
there's lots of work at the quarry, or I'm sure Thelorn can always do with more workers on his.
We mean more exciting work, like suspicious magic happenings, or people getting bothered by other groups of people, or any sort of trouble. We're adventurers. We want something interesting to do.
I don't know what sort of interesting things you might find around here.
You haven't heard anything about the weird magical instances that's been happening around Sumber Hills?
I think that's a lot of just people getting excited over nothing. Personally.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a myth. Okay. Well, do you know anything about the skull that was pinned with a black arrow to a tree down a large path?
Skull. No, I don't know anything about that.
All right. Good talk. Very useful. I guess we leave.
Okay.
I want to go to Lance Rock.
Lance Rock. Okay. All right. Lance Rock. So Lance Rock is a narrow 25-foot menhir of bare gray rock that juts eastward at a 60-degree angle. What?
You're so specific.
The menhir is a gray granite unlike the surrounding limestone. A few hundred feet south of the stone is a ravine choked with brush. A trail leads into the brush near a neatly painted sign that reads in common, "Come no closer, lest you catch the disfigured plague that affects me, the Lord of Lance Rock."
The Lord of Lance Rock. That's all it says?
Well, it says, "Come no closer, lest you catch the
Well,
disfigured
yeah,
plague
but
that affects
that's all it
me,
says.
the Lord of Lance Rock."
Can I do like a perception check or something? To see like what's around? If there's anything like, what does that mean?
Sure.
Okay, Dorn's gonna do it because it's probably magic related. I don't remember how to do this. So I roll, and then I add my perception modifier. 12.
So, just so I'm clear, you're at the front of this path, and you just want to look around and see if there's anything suspicious about it.
Yeah, if there's any sort of like
indication
magic
that
in
there's
the
a
air,
plague or that there's
or
magic.
if people have been on the trail recently, or if there's like a house hidden in the woods, or.
No, you don't notice anything suspicious in the area.
Okay, so we're gonna keep going then.
Okay. So the trail continues down to a cave mouth. Another warning sign with the same message is posted by the opening.
Okay, can I do another check?
Sure.
There's a door. 6.
You rolled a 6 or you totally?
I got a 6.
Nice. Yeah. So again, you don't really see anything particularly.
I think it looks like a fun time.
Particularly
Maybe I'll have my next
noteworthy
birthday
about the cave entrance in front of you.
party. Okay. It's dark in the cave.
It's not. I guess.
What can I see when we just look into the cave?
When you just look into the cave mouth opens into darkness from which a from which a breeze blows, carrying the faint odor of death. Inside is a natural cave, its floor and ceiling uneven. Passage leads west, narrowing as it proceeds.
So I'm going to... Dorn is going to cast light.
Okay.
So that's a cantrip that takes a small item. I'm going to use bottle of ink. And I use a firefly or phosphorescent moss. I decided I had phosphorescent moss in my component bag. Because I have a component bag. And I touch one object that is no larger than 10 feet in dimension. Until the spell ends, the object sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. The light can be colored as you like. I just want it to be white light.
Okay.
And it lasts for an hour.
And you're holding the ink?
Yes.
Okay.
Glowing ink.
Are you entering the cave?
Yes.
Okay.
Slowly and carefully.
All right. So let's start drawing our map here. So as I said, you kind of got like a little bit of a rock edge, and it's sort of as it heads. What did I say,
So
westward?
we're here.
No.
We're here.
Yeah. Let me finish. So we've kind of got this like sort of cave. This is outside, so you got some like trees and stuff going on here. You got the path that you followed coming in. Trees.
You know I'm taking pictures of this and posting it, right?
Do you not like my drawing?
It's perfect. I'm just saying.
I don't see the problem with my drawing. Yeah. So as I said, the passage sort of turns west and narrows as it proceeds. So I don't think you kind of going to be able to see any further than that at this point. But
Okay.
as far as you can tell, the cave is fairly empty from what you can see right now.
All right. Well then, we keep going. Send Dorn ahead with the light.
Yeah. So, looking down the narrow passage, you see a body sprawled on the floor, about 60 feet into the passage. So somewhere around, like right here, you see a little body. It's not little; it's just a body.
Does that body have limbs?
The corpse of a human male is sprawled here on its back. It wears only leather breeches. Happy.
I just was confused. Okay. Who's got the best medicine in the house? Not you. Probably you. Oh no, definitely Dorn. Okay, so Dorn goes up to him and does a medicine check to see what's wrong with him. 15.
50. So, Dorn comes up to the corpse that's on the ground.
So does everyone else because they're concerned.
He sees that the corpse is not breathing. He goes to try and check what happened, and the moment that he puts his hand on the body, it animates, and the zombie attacks you.
Oh, good.
Zombie. And I forget the rules. So I assume I would get some sort of surprise round from that.
Probably. Well, we have to roll initiative.
Yeah, but there's... Surprise is a thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are surprised by this zombie. Because you tried to heal it.
Listen.
So yes, let's roll initiative.
So I assume you're going to keep track of the initiative?
Yep. Our zombies just rolled a natural 20.
Oh my god! Good thing it was just on initiative. Hopefully it's gotten rid of its things now.
Combat tracker.
Dorn has rolled a 5. So there's that.
Dorn has rolled a 5. Okay.
Rin has rolled a 13. Adrian rolled 7. We are very shocked by this.
Who? What's What's your third character name?
Dracadadian.
How do you spell that? Dracadadian. Dracadadian. This is why I was trying to write down your character's info, because then I'd get a drop down instead of a typing box. What's okay? And you got rolled a what?
7.
7. Okay. Can you? Okay.
So that means it'll be Rin, Dracadadian, and then
I'm not sure I'm getting my zombie.
Dorn. No, I'm just trying to stack these in the right order. He's going very first, obviously.
I mean, yes. Okay. Zombie.
So is this a 1x1 area?
Yes. Yes, very narrow. Ready?
Yeah.
I guess zombie
You're
goes,
up.
Zombie goes first in the surprise round. He's gonna slam into the guy right in front.
Just
of
gonna body slam?
Yeah. So that's a 6 to hit. So it's 6.
It misses.
It misses. All right. That's the surprise round, and we're back to the zombie. So he is once again
Gonna body slam?
excitingly going to body slam into Dorn, who's right in front of him. For 5.
It's gonna be a miss.
Okay, that's that makes it Rin's turn.
Okay. So Rin can shoot through spaces, right? With people in it without hitting them? Oh, Rin has dark vision. Stupid. I'm pretty sure you can, or else it'd be kind of useless.
I believe so.
Okay. So I'm gonna Rin's gonna fire her short bow at the zombie
Okay,
for 10.
that would be a hit.
6 damage. Piercing damage. I don't know if that makes a difference.
No. I will let you know. Yeah, you should say probably. Okay.
So that's Rin.
Yeah, that brings us to Dracadadian.
Dracadadian. It's you just gotta practice a little bit.
Dracadadian.
Dracadadian is gonna throw a hand axe.
Throw a hand axe. Is your entire team ranged?
No.
Okay.
In fact, Dracadadian is very much not ranged, but he can't move into he can't do anything else
Fair.
because there's not enough room in the dang little hallway.
He sent the squishy one out to heal.
For 6.
For 6.
Yeah.
Versus my AC is a miss.
Okay. So now it's Dorn's turn.
Hang on, I lost my page. Yes, it is Warren's turn. Yes.
Alright, he's gonna use Firebolt, I guess?
Okay.
For 7. Fire a bolt of fire at him.
For 7 versus my armor class?
Yeah.
That would be a miss, unfortunately.
Okay.
Okay, so that's Thorn's move. Brings us to round 3. If you're curious, according to this combat tracker I'm using, 18 seconds have passed in this combat.
Okay.
The zombie, very smart thinker and creative.
Slams against Dorn.
Slams against Dorn. For 20. 20.
It's a hit.
That is 7 damage.
7 damage?
Yeah.
He has 1 hit point left. Dorn, you gotta get out of there, dude.
Yeah, and that's all the zombies doing. So that's on to Rin then.
All right, Rin's gonna fire her short bow again. For 16.
That would be a hit.
Okay.
She can actually hit him.
3 damage, piercing.
3 damage. Okay.
And then Dracadadian is going to throw his other hand axe for 18, 20. 20.
Again, a hit.
Yeah. Index is 76 for 2 damage slashing. Okay, now it's Dorn's turn. Dorn's going to... You know what? Dorn's just going to take his quarterstaff and just whack him.
Okay.
And I'm going to do it with 2 hands.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
It means more damage if I hit 8.
8 is a hit.
A hit? Cool. 8. 4 damage. Bludgeoning.
I don't know if, I don't think D&D 5 technically has bloodying, but if you want to use it anyways, the zombie is bloody.
Oh, good. Dorn is like taking his last. Oh! I can move still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dorn moves.
But I think you will provoke an opportunity attack. You can make an opportunity attack when a hostile creature that you can see moves out of your reach. So you will provoke an opportunity attack unless you use the disengage action.
Which I already can't do.
You used your action already.
Well, I'm going to do it anyways, because I'm going to get attacked anyways, so I might as well try to get away.
Okay, so you're provoking an opportunity attack, so my zombie makes a slam, a last-ditch slam effort to, that is a 12.
It's equal.
I think that means the hit.
Do I still move? Or do I just collapse?
Let's go Dorn. So that hits for 4 damage.
Okay.
And then it's my zombie's turn. So the zombie lumbers forward a space. And,
Well, he slams into Draconidian?
is that who's in front?
Yeah.
Then yes. Body slam. For 16.
It's a hit.
That will do 4 damage.
4?
Yes.
Damn it.
What?
I couldn't have been that much last time.
Because I rolled the most damage that I could.
Well, don't do that. How about? Alright, so now it's Rin's turn.
Yes, sir.
Alright, Rin is going to fire a short bow again. Oh, I critically missed.
Okay.
What does that mean?
It means you critically miss.
You're not going to do anything terrible to me?
No.
Okay.
You don't do anything terrible for a critical miss on an attack. You just can't hit no matter what.
Okay. Well, good job, Rin. Draconidian, however, is going to take his great axe and get some work done. 19.
19, that is a hit.
5 damage.
5 damage.
Slashing.
Cool.
Okay. It's his turn.
No, it's Dorn's turn.
Oh, right. How do you do a saving throw again?
I don't know. Roll a d20. If the roll is 10 or higher, you succeed. Otherwise, you fail.
16.
That counts as a success, so add it to your success list. If you get 3 successes, then you stabilize. If you get 3 failures, you die.
Jeez.
Oh, what?
We've been playing for not even an hour and things are happening. They're not supposed to come to this cave?
I mean, do you want to know the answer to that?
No. Alright, now it's the zombie's turn. Continue moshing.
The zombies moshing, slamming. Come on and slam.
And welcome to the jam.
To the one in front. 22.
Is that you avoiding saying Draconidian?
Yes.
22? Yeah, that's going to be a hit.
For 4 damage again.
Okay. Now it's Rin's turn.
Now it is Rin's turn.
Rin's
In
gonna
case you were wondering,
fire her short
30
bow.
seconds have gone by.
It's an eventful 30 seconds, I'll be honest. For 15.
That's a hit.
1.
1 damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't suppose that was the one we needed.
It was not.
Okay.
Draconidian.
Draconidian. Great axe. For 6.
Sorry?
For 6.
6 is a miss.
Dang it.
Really?
What?
You're rolling so bad.
I know! I'm not thrilled either. Alright.
Alright, Dorn.
Dorn
Staying alive.
gets 11. I'm rolling good where it counts, okay?
Staying alive. Staying alive. I mean, you can stabilize or heal him.
Well, I want to get the zombie dead first.
Alright. Sounds good. Then, slam on the Dracodadian. For 7.
That's a miss.
Okay.
Okay. Rand's gonna fire her short bow again.
I look forward to it.
For 11.
That's a hit.
That's a hit?
That's a hit.
4.
4 damage. And the zombie is dead.
Yay! Stupid zombie almost killed me. Alright, Rin is going to switch places with Dracodadian and stabilize Dorn. Do I have to do a check for that?
I don't think so. Oh yeah, you do. It's a DC 10 Wisdom Medicine check. Do you need to stabilize now that you're out of combat, though? Maybe? I don't know. Can't tell.
Well, do I do it or not?
You definitely, yeah, you need to make a check, I think.
19.
That's your Wisdom check?
My medicine check.
Wisdom check. Yeah, that would be successful.
Oh, wait.
DC 10?
No, it's just 17. Alright.
As long as he is... Okay, so apparently this is how it works, okay? As long as you are still rolling death saves, the clock is still running and the initiative is still active. So you still have those turns.
Oh.
You still have to do things in turn order. There may not be any enemies, but you have to make your death saves still.
Okay. So, do you want to redo that, or do you want to
No.
just remember for future?
For future reference.
Okay.
So, now that he is stabilized,
Yeah, does he get like 1 health point or something?
no, he just can't die now. You will automatically regain 1 hit point after 1d4 hours. Feel free to roll.
1?
1 hour.
Perfect. Well, I think that's enough for now. For 1 episode.
As far as our episode goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think actually the last thing I'll do is we pick up Dorn and we walk out of the cave and we go back to town and we bring him to our room in the inn.
Okay.
And we say, "We tried to do your thing, lady, but look what happened." And we don't say that. And yeah, we will figure out what we're gonna do next time.
Next time.
So yeah, thank you guys for listening. If you are still with us, and let me know what you guys think. I'll post links to all the pictures and maps that were used in this session under the video or podcast or whatever this is, and you'll be able to check it out. So yeah, until next week.
I hope it's not a video.
Well, it might go on YouTube, but
We don't have much footage.
it might go on YouTube with just a static image, you smart aleck. Alright, bye!
Bye!